Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini, and welcome to In Her Dreams. I am so excited to tap into the energy of this full moon in Libra that we are coming into. It's shedding light on the balance that we need to create in our lives. And for many of us, it's the balance that we crave. It's something that is really going to be very wonderful, very magical for our future because we're going to have more time to ourselves. You're going to have more energy to dedicate to your creative aspirations and the goals that you have. But there's a transition that's necessary. There's sort of like a Six of Swords moment that's needed where you are making a transition into a different state. And by this, what I mean is that you are communicating your needs. You're divining your needs. You're coming into an awareness of what it is that you really want and what it is that you don't want. And then you're finding the courage to create that energy in your life, whether that entails talking to someone else and negotiating or just making some things clear, putting your foot down, or maybe taking back your energy, okay? Reclaiming your energy. These are all things that we can do in order to set our power in motion, our personal power, when we decide to create more balance in our lives. But that is what this full moon in Libra is bringing, is the opportunity to really take stock and see, am I satisfied with this? Is this what I want? Now, one thing that I will say is that during the full moon, the energy around us, the energy within us is highly activated. Now, for some of us, that looks like a lot of buzzing energy where we're just very much in a creative state and we're kind of buzzing with energy. It's like hard to sleep, and a lot of amazing things can come about at this phase, but that is a little bit alarming to some people, the amount of energy that you experience during the full moon phase. And for others, some people feel completely exhausted during the full moon state. But what's really important to remember is that the realizations that you become aware of, okay, so with this full moon in Libra shedding light on our need for balance or things in our relationships that we're not quite satisfied with, that we want to create change, okay, in order to create more happiness in our lives, more satisfaction. When you communicate these insights to someone, to your partner, to someone that you are in a relationship with, during this full moon phase energy, sometimes it's better to hold off just a couple of days once that full moon energy has sort of waned a bit and we find ourselves in a more calm and relaxed state, okay? So it's really great to allow the psychic energy to flow in at the full moon phase, but any changes that you want to enact because of these insights that are coming in, sometimes it's better to hold off just a couple of days and allow these things to process and to fully become sort of integrated into your awareness so that you are really sure as to how you want to communicate that and to go about creating that change, okay? So lots of energy at that full moon phase. Sometimes you want to just kind of hold off a little bit in order to avoid any unnecessary strife or tension, okay? So what we're going to take a look at for this reading is the changes that you want to create and that your soul wants for you within your relationships, within your connections. So what areas in your relationship are in need of balance, okay? Because this is very important. Typically within a relationship, there are exceptions. We have polyamory, but typically you have two people involved in a relationship. And so That's, you know, some people look at that as 50-50, but sometimes 50-50 doesn't work. And we need 80-20, or we need 90-10, or 40-60. It switches up. And in order for us to really understand how this plays out in our lives, the best thing you can do is love yourself. Okay, so before we look at anything, that is the number one message: to fall completely in love with yourself and to nurture your own energy, so that when you are in a connection with someone, when you share a connection with someone, you give yourself what you deserve. Okay? Because a lot of people don't know their worth, their value, their true value. And so they sell themselves short, and they end up getting the short end of the stick, so to say, in a relationship. And it's really sad to see that happen, but it is also an opportunity to learn. Okay, so most of us have been there at some point in time. Okay, been there and not interested in going there ever again. But you know, it was definitely a learning experience. So Ashe, we're grateful for those, right? I am going to play a healing tone, and the purpose of this healing tone is to help dispel any negative energy that you are feeling at this time, any burdens that you're carrying, or anything that would get in the way of your reception for the clarity of these messages that are going to come through. Okay, so I really want to make sure that there is a clear pathway from spirit to your ears, because this is truly your higher self that's talking to you. And we're just opening up to the energy that is flowing through. So we're going to clear the pathway so that you are able to get all of the wonderful messages that are headed your way. So go ahead and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Release any tension that you feel in your body. Allow any fears, doubts, or worries to melt away. Know that this is your time. I see truth, I hear truth, I know truth, and I speak truth. So must it be on all dimensions. Ashe. Alright, beautiful being. I'm going to go ahead and put up the screen for you to select your group, and I will see you at your reading. Alright, beautiful being. Take a moment to close your eyes and remain in this relaxed state. Take a few deep breaths. And when you open your eyes, notice whichever group you feel drawn to. You can feel free to pause the video and take more time if you need to, but there's no need to overthink it. Trust yourself and select whichever group you feel most drawn to. When you're ready, I'll see you at your reading. Hello, Group 1. Let's take a look and see what message is coming through with this Afro Goddess Oracle for what balance is being brought into your love connections. All right, so there's something that's coming to an end, but I also see that it was kind of a repeated theme, and it was sort of, it just needed to go. It was something that kept repeating over and over and over again. With that whip card, I'm getting the image, the very brutal image of someone like just going through so much pain over and over again. And that's what's coming to an end here. So with the coffin card, an end is, I'm getting like the world where it's time for something to come to an end because it's time for something better to start. Okay, let me get some more information with this oracle card. Love triangle. Yeah, so sometimes three's a crowd. Most of the time, three's a crowd. I was just thinking about polyamory a little while ago, and it's like some beings are evolved enough to make that work. Some beings are able to do that, but is for most people, polyamory is not something that is feasible, okay? Because we're still healing and still coming into an awareness of who we are. And if that's something that you're healing within you, your sense of self-esteem and self-confidence, you know, when you have just one person too many in a love situation, it is so damaging to your self-esteem and your self-confidence. One of the best things you can do in that situation is to cut it off. Because they don't deserve you. You've got the Three of Swords here. Oh, the Five of Ankhs, the Five of Cups, and then Two of Scarabs. So you're making a decision, and I just want you to know that the correct path right now is to really nurture your heart. Because with this Three of Swords, that is so much pain and suffering and grief to the heart. Please don't lead your heart into a place where it is going to suffer more. If this is a person that you're considering continuing with and they have shown nothing but disrespect in the past, or a lot of times it's a mix, you know, and it's like you reflect on the good times and you're like, oh, but it was so good. Yeah, but how many bad times were mixed in there, you know? We forget about that. Why? Because of fear of being alone, because of loneliness, because of grief, right? And sometimes it's just because of sexual attraction. That is strong sometimes, right? Don't let it get you in the wrong place, you know? So guard your heart at this time. That's so important, because I don't want you feeling more of that Five of Cups energy where you're sad and suffering. With this decision that you're making, do what's best for you. And like, be selfish in this case, because I feel like you might be coming from a place of grief and you're not considering the whole of you. You're not considering your true like future self, you know? You might be just feeling a negative emotion right now that's drawing you to this person, but this person is not mature enough to handle your greatness. So what Divine is saying to do to bring balance is to surrender your desire to control what a person wants from you, or the level of connection that they are willing to work for to achieve with you. Take what you see at face value. Like, what they're doing, that's who they are. They're showing you the true you. You know, when they are not giving of themselves, when they're being selfish with their time, when they're not getting back to you, when they're not communicating with you in a responsible, respectful way. Like, you deserve that. Okay? And so sometimes we see things through a different pair of lenses than what it really is. Sometimes it's just that this person doesn't have respect and they're not showing it. And that's something that you can't change within a person. A lot of people start looking into spell work and all of that, but you got to think about it. You got to keep that going. Okay? So it's best to have a connection with someone who really wants that connection with you too. And when it's genuine. And so to do something like that with spell work is really going to be exhausting to keep up. So take what you see from this person at face value, okay? All right. I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care. Hello, group 2. Let's take a look and see what message is coming through with this Afro Goddess Oracle to see how balance is coming into play with your love connections. Okay, you've got the dog and the moon. So there's this is like two sides to a person. This is their dark secretive energy with the moon. Okay, and it's sort of like I'm getting Scorpio type vibes. I'm getting Pisces, definitely water. Okay. Yeah. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And with the dog, that's about honor. That's about loyalty. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. So there's a person that you're dealing with that has like both sides, and both sides are so strong. So they are equally as wonderful as they are malicious. This is a very dynamic being, and their soul's energy is very strong. It's very potent. It's very, very powerful. And so, yeah, we're going to delve deeper into this. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, give me more, Divine. Give me more on this balance that needs to come about within this. Okay, we got a couple, but we've got on guard. It's complicated. Into the unknown. Divorcee. Social expectations. Okay, this feels like pregnancy. This is the issue. There's such a strong connection over multiple past lives that so much karma has built up between the two of you that it presents an extraordinary level of difficulty to sort of transmute this karma between the two of you. It's going to require multiple lifetimes, and in this lifetime you have reincarnated as lovers. In your next lifetime it may be a sibling, it may be a parent. These things work out in this way. This is such a strong connection between the two of you, but I want you to understand that this is karmic, and to not hold on to the possibility of building a life with this person. I want you to guard your heart. That's why this card, that was the first one I pulled, because lots came out because there's so much karma built up between the two of you. But that on guard card is like loud and strong right there. I want you to guard your heart. I want you to protect yourself. Because there's so much going on here, and it feels very volatile. It feels very fiery. It feels like sometimes it's very subdued, and then it just kind of, it picks up like a whirlwind. And that is very stressful to your body. That's very stressful to your mental state and to your hormonal balance. Okay, so if you're noticing some physical side effects of this connection and the energy between you, it's real. It's real. And Divine wants you to protect yourself. Like, you already have protection, but it's necessary right now to pick up more. Ooh, and they said that's it. Six of Swords. You are moving on. You are moving forward. And it's like, I feel like there's somebody that you want to take with you because you feel that connection so strongly. But I'm telling you, it's like the whole attachment thing. You know, it's like once you learn to detach from that person, you're gonna feel so relieved. You're gonna feel so relieved. Like there's no more baggage. Like there's no more there's no more burdens that you're carrying with you. It's just gonna be so beautiful and so smooth, and you're gonna feel so light and so free and carefree. The song is coming to me, Summer Breeze by the Isley Brothers. Play that. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. I'm not gonna sing to you. I'm not gonna do that. I have to warm up for that. Okay. All right, so this is what Divine is saying to let go of in order to bring balance. Okay. Surrender to divine timing, because I feel like there's a level of connection that you want to experience in your life that you're like, now is the time. I have to experience this now. You are ready. And then surrender to prayer. And what I'm getting here is that because, you know, prayer has such a heavy religious connotation for a lot of people. It doesn't have to be prayer to anyone other than your higher self, if that's what you vibe with. But take time to honor yourself. Take time to honor who you are. And all of you, not just certain aspects that a person seemed to like. You know, a lot of times we want to know from a lover, what is it you like about me? What is it you like? You know, be so confident that you're like, what wouldn't you like? Okay. You know, having that level of self-acceptance and self-love is going to attract a whole other type of lover to you. So surrendering to prayer is about surrendering to the ability to honor and worship yourself and to acknowledge the excellence of who you are, because you are excellent. All right, beautiful being, I hope this was helpful to you, and peace, joy, and many blessings. Well, group 3, let's take a look and see what divine message is coming through for you with the Afro Goddess Oracle. All right, you've got the Tree and the Tower. So there's someone that you're related to. This is a connection with someone that you're related to. And it could be a marriage, you know, it could be a marriage, but I feel like there's blood connection. And there's a feeling of isolation. There's like distance between you, and this may not be physical distance. This might be like when you're with them, you feel like you're completely detached. Like there's a lack of connection that you're experiencing at this time with this person. And I feel like at one time you felt like the feeling or the connection was strong, but now you're questioning that. And you're like, wait a minute, if this is how detached I feel from you now, what did we ever have? And you're like questioning a lot of things. And I feel like this is sort of, you know, like when you think about something like this all the time, and if there's self-doubt, it can really wreak havoc on your mental well-being and your mental health. So Divine is saying to clear your thoughts. Okay, clear your thoughts. Your crystal was milky quartz, and so that's really, really beautiful, particularly for the higher chakras. And that's what's necessary right now, is to clear your thoughts. The information that's coming to you through your third eye, you want to protect that and clear that out. I'm going to connect or link a sound bath for you, or an ASMR session, one or the other, something, and I'll put something down below. I'm doing this so I remember when I'm editing, because sometimes I watch them really fast, so I'll see my hands moving. All right, let's get some more information from Spirit with this Oracle deck on what balance needs to be brought into your love connection. All right, we've got Power Couple and Office Affair. I feel like there is a really strong connection between you and this loved one. In this sense, we're getting a romantic take on this. Okay, so whoever this person is that you share this connection with, there is a really strong energy between you. Okay, but I feel like there's like an intersecting force. There's someone else who has come into the picture that is playing a really strong role in this whole, like, how things are playing out, right? Yeah, I'm not too keen on them. I don't really like their energy. It doesn't mean that they are like out to get you. It just means that they are really motivated for themselves and for their own welfare. And, you know, sometimes that's okay in life, but when you're wrecking homes or, you know, putting yourself at risk, you know, at great risk emotionally and with your well-being, it's problematic. And so, yeah, there's somebody extra in the picture that is not, they don't have good intentions. Their intentions are purely self-driven, basically. So it's not like they mean to harm other people. It's just that they're so driven to take care of themselves, and they come from a very hurt place themselves. You don't have to feel sorry for that. You know, that's up to you. Maybe that helps you to heal, or maybe it really doesn't matter to you, but I do see that there was pain in their past, for what it's worth. Okay. All right, so I'm seeing here you've got the Tower, 2 of Pentacles, and 5 of Cups. So I see that something has changed completely. Okay, there's been a lot of change that's happened. And since that, and for some of you that change is where you were walking away, or you were letting go, or someone left you. And so that left you with a very huge wound to heal, right? You are in this 2 of Pentacles state right here, where you're achieving balance, you're creating balance, which is perfect for this full moon in Libra, Ashe. And so Divine is saying that you're right on track. You're right on track. There is a lot of grief there with that 5 of Cups. I see that there was a sense of loss. So what Divine is saying is to allow yourself to open up to all of the insight that's going to come through during this full moon in Libra as to how you are going to achieve more balance. You are in that state where you're receptive to shifting things so that you are able to heal. You're able to nurture yourself. You're taking more time for yourself. And you're caring more about what happens to you. You've been a person who you've always looked out for everybody else, but you're really seeing the value of taking good care of you. And so Divine is like, yes, Ashe, kudos, yes. They're like partying for you, right? Because they're celebrating your spirit allies. they're so happy for you and the progress that you're making, and they don't want to see you in this Five of Cups state where you're focusing on what you feel that you've lost, because they're saying that you have gained so much more than what you realize. Okay, so much more than what you realize. That they're saying that tower was like the best thing that ever happened to you. Oh, Ashe, surrender to joy. So that is what brings you balance and love at this full moon in Libra, is surrendering to joy, opening up to the blessings that the cosmos is bringing through to you, that the divine, that universe is bringing through to you each and every day, whether it's in the warmth that you feel on your face from the sun's rays, or the moonbeams that you see shining through your window at night. It's like those very simple vibes of magic that come to you throughout your day. That's reminding you also of the magic within you, because as above, so below, as within, so without. So the magic that you see around you, that exists within you too. And it is so beautiful and radiant. Just connect with it, okay? Connect with it and let it flow, because it's so beautiful. All right, peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care.